The WNBA saw a boom like we have never seen. We saw Caitlyn Clark come into the league. We saw the Caitlyn Clark effect. We saw the influx in fans who flooded to the WNBA, and many of those were there for Caitlyn Clark.
The moment the doors opened at Indiana Fever training camp, something felt different. There wasn't a warm-up period, no easing in, no scripted drills to lull the cameras. Within minutes, it became clear. This wasn't a camp. It was a statement.
She could potentially be one of the best point guards to ever play in the WNBA.
The Indiana Fever have dropped a new workout video with the rookies. I think I saw Jillian Aileen in there too, practicing with Caitlyn Clark, and everyone is going crazy.
I think the vibes are really good, and that's what's really fun about it. Like, you know, obviously we're probably not in the heat of battle yet. I mean, we're out here competing with one another, but at the same time, like, everybody's here supporting one another and having fun and enjoying it. And I think that's what's cool about it.
Well, we've talked in length about the Indiana Fever and what they did in the offseason, but I think they obviously are taking winning and capitalizing off of this Caitlyn Clark moment they have going very seriously.
And leading the charge? Caitlyn Clark, putting on a clinic so electric that the entire WNBA stopped and stared. Viral footage flew across social media like wildfire.
And this video already has 120,000 views in just less than a day. So that's how excited people are to see this new Indiana Fever team. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys some of the things that stood out to me. And again, I'm not gonna get too excited or down on different things. This is the very first day of training camp. This is the first official scrimmage that these girls have done together. One thing that stood out to me almost immediately, though, is you can see who the projected starters are going to be. So that's DeWanna Bonner, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, and of course, Caitlyn Clark at the point guard.
Clips of Clark pulling up from the logo, running the floor with surgical precision, and igniting a squad that suddenly doesn't look like an underdog, but a title contender. The league thought Indiana was rebuilding, but what they just witnessed, that was a warning shot.
Caitlyn Clark, in that, has become arguably the most influential basketball player in the world, both on the men's and the women's side.
And Caitlyn Clark is the one pulling the trigger. It only took one scrimmage, just one, for the entire league to realize they were no longer dealing with the same Indiana Fever. The moment footage from training camp hit the internet, it didn't just trend, it erupted. Every possession, every pass, every Caitlyn Clark pull-up 3 sent waves through the WNBA community.
Yeah, I mean, that was like my biggest focus in the offseason, is just trying to get stronger and really working on that. And really thankful for Sarah, our strength and conditioning coach, like putting a lot of time with me. And we were in here consistently. Like, I think that was the biggest thing for myself, is just having that consistency to be able to work on it for 6 months or whatever it was. So I certainly feel a lot stronger, and, you know, I'm a pretty self-aware person. I knew that was going to be a huge part of it. And you know, it's going to help me offensively. It's going to help me defensively. It's going to help me not get as tired throughout games. So yeah, definitely one of the focus points of my off season is just getting stronger. And, you know, even through these 2 practices, like I can certainly feel it.
Analysts, fans, even rival players paused what they were doing to watch. Not because it was polished, but because it was terrifyingly real. This wasn't a team learning each other. This was a unit moving like they've been playing together for years. Right at the center of it all was Caitlyn Clark, running the floor like a general on a mission. She wasn't just scoring, she was controlling the tempo, calling the plays, and bending the defense to her will. She looked stronger, faster, and sharper than she did as a rookie. No hesitation, no nerves, just pure domination. The viral clip of her drilling a deep 3 on the fast break, crashing into the wall, then laughing it off. That wasn't just showmanship. That was a message. She's not easing into this season. She's coming for the league's throat.
So all the rookies are in Indiana. They were at the Pacers game, tossing out shirts with the rest of the team. So hot off the presses, the Indiana Fever have dropped a workout video, which has Bree Hall, it has Yvonne Ejim, and it has Michaela Timpson showing off their stuff with Caitlyn Clark.
And it wasn't just her. The Fever's projected starting five moved like a team that's already played deep into the postseason. Kelsey Mitchell was lights out from the perimeter. DeWanna Bonner was the calm voice and steady hand every championship roster needs. Natasha Howard owned the paint, blocking, rebounding, diving for loose balls like every rep was Game 7. And then there's Aaliyah Boston, who looked like she's ready to go from Rookie of the Year to full-on problem for every team in the league.
This is such an opportunity for the league to capitalize on the growth, on the new fans, on the jersey sales, on all of these things now.
Their chemistry, immediate, their urgency, unmatched. What really caught everyone off guard wasn't the talent, it was the pace. Indiana didn't walk through plays. They ran hard. Every rebound turned into a sprint, every steal into a highlight. Even the second unit looked dangerous, pushing the tempo like their jobs depended on it. And maybe they do, because the energy inside that gym wasn't preseason casual. It was playoff desperate. This isn't last year's Fever squad clawing for relevance. This is a storm building in plain sight.
My takeaway, I don't see Michaela Timpson not making the cut. And her wingspan, it's 6'10", by the way. It's on display. Let's watch it though. All right, Michaela Timpson talking to Aaliyah. There's Yvonne Ejim, Bree Hall. Ooh, nice pass. Looked good. Yvonne, that was good. I like that from Bree. Okay, that was a little bit of a slow release. Oh, see, that was good. Oh, that was a really nice jumper. Okay, Bree doing a layup. Bree's getting another layup. Okay, this lob pass right here. Let's just go over that again. Okay, remember, Michaela Timpson has a 6'10" wingspan, but if she had a 6'9" wingspan, would she have been able to get that?
The defense is tighter. The ball movement is crisp. The confidence, it's radiating off every player on the court. They're not just ready, they're out to prove something. And based on the footage, the WNBA just got its first look at a team that doesn't plan to wait its turn. It's coming to take it. What really flipped the switch was Caitlyn Clark's evolution, not just as a scorer, but as a leader. Last year, she made headlines for her jaw-dropping range in highlight plays. This year, she's commanding the floor with the calm of a veteran and the fire of someone who knows she's not just playing for herself anymore. She's carrying a franchise. Her decision-making was sharper, her reads faster, and her control over the offense absolute. Every pick and roll looked like clockwork. Every pass was purposeful. And her chemistry with her teammates, especially with Aaliyah Boston and Natasha Howard, looked like it had been forged over years, not days.
Caitlyn is already testing the limits of Michaela's catch radius, laugh, LMFAO, Lob City, here we come. Everybody is like commenting on her wingspan, I'm telling you, and there's a good reason to. That was the first thing that I noticed watching this workout. Now, a lot of people are commenting on the fact that they have signed rookie scale contracts, and that is not surprising. They can be signed to the Indiana Fever, but not make the team or not make the cut, or they can be like released. I think that this just ensures that the Indiana Fever can sign them, and the Indiana Fever can like either stash them away overseas, have them come back later, maybe if they want them to get a little more experience, or they can sign them to the injury list. I don't know if that's like, you know, like a loophole, but I think that that's one way that they can bring two people on instead of just the one that they can afford right now.
Then came her interview ahead of day 2, and the confidence in her voice hit just as hard as the deep threes she was draining. She talked about how the offseason was all about getting stronger, physically and mentally. No excuses, no complaints, just raw honesty. She said it herself, "I certainly feel a lot stronger. It's going to help me offensively, defensively, and help me not get as tired throughout games." That's not just maturity. That's someone who knows exactly what it takes to go from highlight player to league dominator.
Indiana Fever last season were a team that just went to work, didn't say much, just let their on-court play speak for itself. Like, they were at the center of all of the drama within the WNBA. Like, everybody was coming after the Indiana Fever and coming after their fans, and they really just didn't say a word. They kind of just stayed focused, went to work, didn't let the outside noise get to them. And then here we have today, basically clapping back at all of that and proving that they know that they are the moment, they are the Showtime team, they are the biggest team currently in the WNBA.
But it wasn't just what Caitlyn said, it was how she moved, the way she walked into the gym, the way she interacted with teammates, the way she pushed the pace while keeping everything under control. She looked like someone who's already visualized the playoffs and isn't satisfied with just making it there. And the rest of the roster is feeding off that energy. Veterans like DeWanna Bonner played with urgency, but also with a level of humility that only comes when you recognize you're standing beside a generational star.
How she felt the team was gelling and how she felt about the addition of DeWanna Bonner. She basically said that when she talks, people listen. And she kind of wants to win it all for her. Here it is.
DB's been tremendous, and obviously, not only as a leader, she's a tremendous basketball player too. She's won championships. She knows what it is. So when she speaks, everybody listens. So I think that was a piece of the thing we were missing last year. It's we didn't really have that inside of our locker room. So just really grateful for that, and just the way she talks and she leads. For me as a second-year point guard, I want to win for her. This is the end of her career. She deserves it.
Bonner didn't just play, she coached in real time, pointed out gaps, directed switches, hyped up younger players. And it worked, because this team isn't operating on ego, it's moving on mission. And then there were the rookies. Michaela Timpson, the name barely anyone had on their radar 2 weeks ago, suddenly looked like the missing piece Indiana didn't even know it needed. With a 6'10" wingspan and the mobility to guard all 5 positions, she wasn't just catching lobs from Caitlyn, she was finishing through contact, stretching the floor and crashing the boards like she's already in mid-season form. Social media lit up after her first few clips hit the timeline. Rookie of the Year sleeper, one fan posted. It wasn't hyperbole, it was a warning. Indiana's pace, their depth, their unselfishness. Every frame of training camp footage screamed one thing. They're not preparing for the season, they're preparing for a takeover. And when your rookie is already looking like a threat, your veterans are playing with hunger, and your franchise star is evolving before everyone's eyes, that's not just a good camp. That's a championship foundation being poured in real time.
Everything is just absolutely new. It feels really good. It feels fresh. It's kind of like when you take your clothes out the dryer, kind of like fresh. It feels different. And it feels good because we have new leadership, we got new players, we got vet leadership, and so I think all that combined just makes for a good atmosphere. It feels good.
How does that help you guys elevate even more for the players who are returning?
It makes it easier. I remember this time last year, it didn't feel good. So we have to get that in order first, for people to start playing well. It's like the domino effect. But I think once your culture is kind of established, how you guys see it now, I think it makes everything else way easier. I don't know if that makes sense, but way easier.
Other teams are still dusting off their playbooks. The Fever, they're already writing theirs in ink. While the Stars lit up the gym, Indiana's rookies made it clear. They're not just here to watch, they're here to compete. Michaela Timpson, with her freakish wingspan and explosive athleticism, didn't just look promising, she looked dangerous. Catching lobs from Caitlyn Clark, switching on defense, and finishing strong around the rim, she brought a spark that turned heads instantly. Bree Hall's smooth jumper and Yvonne Im's confident shooting added even more layers to a second unit that suddenly looks like it could start on half the teams in the league. And off the court, the Fever weren't subtle either. Their Now You Know campaign was a full-on declaration of war.
Caitlyn Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlyn Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
Bold videos, fearless slogans, and merch that scream one thing: we've arrived. With 41 nationally televised games, all eyes are on Indiana. But instead of shrinking under pressure, they're thriving in it. This isn't just preseason noise. It's a clear message. Indiana's not building for the future anymore. The future is here, and the rest of the league better catch up fast. The buzz around Indiana Fever training camp wasn't hype. It was a glimpse of a storm about to sweep the league. From Caitlyn Clark's sharpened leadership and viral on-court moments to the veterans playing with purpose and rookies pushing the pace, this camp didn't feel like a warm-up. It felt like a takeover in motion. The tempo, the talent, the chemistry, it's all there. And the Fever aren't waiting to be crowned. They're coming to claim everything. Caitlyn isn't easing in. She's stronger, smarter, and more dangerous than ever. And with a team finally built to match her intensity, the WNBA just got a whole lot more interesting. This isn't the Indiana Fever of last year. This is the version the league feared would one day arrive, and now that day is here. They're not asking for respect anymore. They're forcing it. And every team that lines up against them better be ready, because the Caitlyn Clark show is live, the Fever are locked in, and the league has officially been put on notice.